I'm going to pass on to you now the ultimate meditation. I almost said medication, and I wouldn't be wrong. But the ultimate meditation is the breath. It goes on all the time, whether you're aware of it or not, because the breath is life. So what makes it a meditation is that you become aware of what's going on anyway. So I ask you to be aware of your breath. And how are we going to make it awareness of the breath and make it the highest level of meditation that there is? There are 4 parts of the breath that are really 5 parts. This breath corresponds to the 5 lobes in the lungs. 3 lobes in the right lung and 2 lobes in the left lung, because the heart occupies a little bit of area there. So there are 5 parts to the breath, which correspond to these 5 parts of the lung. Has to do with the letter He, which is also 5. And it really has to do with the name Yud He Vav He, which are 4 letters, but with the tip of the Yud makes it a 5th dimension. So now when you breathe, the start of the breath is the tip of the Yud. It's the first part of the in-breath. And then the continuation of that in-breath is the in-breath, that's the Yud. The holding of that breath at the bottom, before we let it go again, is the He. And then the letting go of the breath, the outward part, is the Vav. And then there's the holding again before we start the breath, and that's the He again, which would be on top. So that's in, hold, out, and then emptiness. So that's, but the first part of this is the tip of the Yud. That's the initial stage of the breathing, which starts the breath. You see? Starts the breath, the continuation down into the belly, so to speak. The holding in the belly is the He, and then the letting go of the breath, but through the nose, is the Vav, and then the emptiness again before the start of the new breath is the He. So there are 5 parts of the breath: the initiation and the continuation into the in-breath. That's the Yud. A little spark that starts it. The initiation. That's the 5th level. That's the Yehida level. That's the spark of the lighting of the match. It's the intent for the in-breath. Then the holding at the bottom, He. Letting go, the breath is the Vav, and then the emptiness before we start again is the He. So it's a circle. Yud He Vav He. Now, this is only done through the nose. The breathing apparatus is the nose. So now do a couple and listen to the sound of that breath. That's the name of God. That's the real pronunciation of Yud Ke Vav Ke. Yud He Vav He. On Yom HaKippurim, when they give you the pronunciation and they say the real name, that's the real name. The real name is breath, and the sound of breath and the breath that goes through the nose. And the nose and the smell will be the sense of Mashiach. So we're doing the breathing. We're doing this breathing, whether you're aware of it or not. That breathing is the life. That is the tree of life. Breathing through the nose is life itself. And when you no longer have that breathing going on, you're no longer alive. If you're aware of this breathing, fine. If you're not aware of it, it doesn't matter. You'll be living anyway. But it's actually making conscious what is unconscious. And that's the opus of every psychology and philosophy. You know, where instinct and ego, where the essence is, that's where ego shall become. Where the whole idea is to make conscious this unconscious process, to bring that to consciousness. It says in other places to have Yud-K, Vav-K before your eyes all the time, but in real meditation here, the breathing is higher. The breathing of having the name Yud-K, Vav-K in this breathing apparatus, listening to the name of God. That is the pronunciation of the name of the highest name of Yud-K, Vav-K on Yom HaKippurim, is the sound of the breath through the nose. 5 parts, the 5 levels of the breath. The 4 obvious levels and the tip of the Yud. You can do this walking. You can do this sitting down. Doesn't matter. You're doing it all the time anyway. If you pay attention to it, that'll be your meditation and your rising in consciousness, and making what was unconscious conscious.